Well, the clock has struck 7, so we're going to go ahead and launch into the Midwest Prepper Report Net. So welcome to the Midwest Prepper Report Net, or MPR Net. The MPR Net promotes freedom of speech and welcomes all licensed amateur operators and unlicensed listeners alike. All licensed amateur operators are welcome to participate in the order you are checked in. Unlicensed listeners are welcome to listen and learn, but please refrain from transmitting. We encourage respectful discussions on topics such as disaster preparedness, self-sufficiency, emergency communication, survival skills, resource management, as well as local, national, and global current events. Your net control station for this net is W5DMH. When checking in, please provide your call sign, your county, and your name. We'll do a sequential style net, and you'll be called for your traffic in the order you were checked in. Station traffic may consist of local weather, events, or any other topic you would like to bring up and share with the listeners on the net, as well as the status for your particular county. After you complete your traffic, please return the net to the NCS station, which again tonight is W5DMH, and I will now take short time check-ins. Any in and out short time check-ins, call now to W5DMH. No short timers heard, so we're going to go ahead and flip over to any regular check-ins. Any regular check-ins for the Midwest Prepper Report Net, call now to Whiskey 5, Delta Mike Hotel. No regular check-ins heard, so we're going to go ahead to the early check-ins and run up to the top of the list. We've got KEA DMA, Mike out of Lake County. What's the status in Lake County tonight, Mike?
Good evening, Dan, and other guys that have signed in. This is Mike up in Lake County, just south of Cadillac. Everything's really green up here. Nothing new to report since last week. No shortages of food or gasoline or anything that's necessary for life and limb and safety and survival. Gas is hovering in the upper 360s, though, unlike some places downstate, seem to be a lot cheaper. So with that, I think I'm going to just say, man, it's been a beautiful blue sky day. Hope we get another one tomorrow. And I'll stick around, Dan, and listen in for the first round, but I'm not going to report on the second round. This is Kilo Echo 8, Echo Mike Alpha, Mike up in Lake County, standing by.
KEA DMA from Lake County, Mike. Well, thank you for checking in tonight, Mike. We appreciate you taking the time to jump in here and give us a status update for green out of Lake County. Appreciate that. Good signal. Weirdly, tonight the signals are way down. I had you at 5.9, but that's a very odd signal for you. Normally you're much better than that. Good audio. No problem bringing you in. Just weird tonight. With that, we're going to drop down to KE8 FDT, Sparky out of Montcalm County. Sparky, what's going on in Montcalm County tonight?
Yeah, this is K8 FDT. Everything seems to be green. It's been following you in around about a little bit, and everything seems to be pretty green. There is one thing I heard. I haven't, really confirmed anything, but the FBI has been put out some big thing on our infrastructure and hacking and stuff like that. That's in a critical state. So there might be some, value to that. As I said, I need to double check it, but just put it out there because there's people out in this neighborhood like to look into stuff. So just leave that. So this is K8 FTD. Back to you, Dan, and I will probably miss out on the second half because I've got some stuff I clean up out of the yard tonight.
Roger, KE8 FTT from W5DMH. Yeah, you were at 5.9, same as Mike. Still good signal, no problem pulling you out. Noise floors at S3, so, it's just a weird night tonight. Thank you for checking in and giving us a green for Montcalm County. And with that, we're going to drop down to Mike out of Mecosta County, KD8 YZB. What's the status of Mecosta County tonight, Mike?
Hey, thanks a lot, Dan. This is Mike in Mecosta, KD8 YZB. Sparky and Mike, if you are still listening, I do want to pass along a couple things. I mentioned this to Dan the other day. The local Aldi store is definitely cutting back on the number of items they're carrying, and the store employee did confirm it with me, and the only explanation was they were cutting back because of marketing reasons on certain items, so just be aware of that.
So I am going to say light green. Everything else is fine. The shelving space that they're utilizing is getting smaller, so they're stocking a less quantity, even though everything looks good. So I did want to pass that on. Two other things. One of the news sources I have was showing a large number of Russian troops in Belarus at the Polish border that are amassing. So it looks like Russia may be up to something very soon, possibly trying to come into Poland and cut off the Latvia, Lithuania, and the Baltic areas for what it's worth. So keep an eye on that, guys. One other thing, a friend over in Pittsburgh, this last week there was bomb threats at all of the Jewish schools and synagogues over there. So there is a lot of activity heating up. And by the way, the Palestinian protests are growing in number and getting more and more violent from what I'm hearing. So, all right, with that, back to Dan, W5DMH from KD8YZV.
KD8YZV from W5DMH. Yeah, 5-9 signal again there, Mike. Yeah, weird night tonight. Thank you for giving us a light green report out of Mecosta County. I'm going to add to that light greenness a little bit with some, I guess, observations, if you want to call it that, here in Lapeer County. I've managed to get to the store a couple times in the last few days, and while the store shelves are mostly full, I mean, I'm seeing a little bit of shortage here and there. One thing that I'm noticing strongly at both the local grocery stores, they're about 10 miles apart from each other, but we're out here in rural areas. Both of them, I've noticed that their expiration dates on stuff is far shorter than what it should be, indicating that they're getting stock from other stores right before it expires and bringing it out to these stores to try and move it, which is a little weird. I mean, like butter that expires in 2 weeks, and there was no other butter. It was all they had, all expiring in 2 weeks. Mustard, mustard that's expiring in 3 weeks. Mustard's good for a year to crack. So it's very odd that we're seeing this, and we're seeing it across multiple products. It seems to be a strategy more than anything. So it's kind of odd, and you got to keep an eye on everything. Aside from that, I didn't see any dramatic shelves being empty. I did not notice fuel prices this week, so I'm going to call light green in Lapeer County as well, and start keeping a closer eye on stock at the stores. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go grocery shopping myself, power shopping at 6 a.m. to see if I can load up on some stuff at Meijer and Kroger in Lapeer, and instead of using the local stores, and see if I can do better on these expiration dates. And with that, that concludes my segment. We're going to throw it out there one more time for any late check-ins for the Midwest Prepper Report Net. Call now with your call sign, your county, and your name to Whiskey 5 Delta Mike Hotel.
Whiskey 5 Delta Mike Hotel, Kilo Echo 8 Victor November, Kevin, Kent County.
November 8 Single Alpha Uniform, Bill in Kent County.
Kilo 8 Oscar Bravo, Bill in Macomb County.
N8TAU, you're in Kent County, right, Bill?
Yeah, Dan, that's correct. Kent County.
Okay. Any other check-ins? Any other late check-ins for the Midwest Prepper Report? And call now with your call sign, your county, and your name. All right. Since you three haven't gone yet, we're going to go ahead and go to Kevin in Kent County, KE8 Victor November. I am still struggling with that new call sign. So, Kevin, what's your status in your area of Kent County?
KE8VM, yeah, so am I. Status here is green. We had ordered some food today that had dropped off from the Walmart here, and there wasn't any substitutes or anything, so that seemed pretty good. I went to the store, and it was a gas station. It was like $3.48. Other than that, that's about it. So with that, I'll turn it back to the net. KE8VM.
KEAVN from W5DMH. I don't know if you've noticed tonight, but the signals are very odd. So I had you at 5.9, and normally I have you at 20 over. You've always got a really booming signal, but I only have you at 5.9 tonight, and your signal is fine. I mean, the audio is great. It sounds like your normal 20 over signal, but it's not. It's very odd. There's some weird stuff going on with the band tonight. With that, we're going to drop down to Bill in Kent County, NATAU. Bill, what's the status in your segment of Kent County tonight?
Dan, NATAU, everything's green here. Was at the store yesterday. Everything seemed fine there. Gas, pretty much like what Kevin just said. So, yeah, no changes. Just call and check in and say hi. NATAU back net.
NATAU from W5DMH. I had you at 5.7, Bill. Still good audio, no problem bringing you in, but oddly it was 5.7 signal. And thank you for giving us a green for Kent County for you as well. And with that, we're going to drop down to Bill out of Macomb County, K8OB. What's the status in Macomb County tonight, Bill?
Good evening, Dan, and all on frequency. I'd have to say status in Macomb County is green, Dan. Gas is ready and available at holding at $3.39 a gallon. That's the cheapest I've seen, but it varies depending on where you go. But it's ready and available. Grocery store situation. I was there yesterday. I didn't notice anything light on the shelves or any bare shelves or anything unusual there. The wife's still gonna head out this year shortly, and she's gonna do the larger amount of groceries, and I'll get an idea from what she says. She usually does the bulk of the shopping, and other than that, it's just been a beautiful day outside. And your signal report, by the way, you're going between 20 and 30 over. Usually I got you closer to 40 over, but still strong, still great audio. So conditions might be a little bit weird here this afternoon on the 3900. So that's all I got, Dan. K8OB, back to net.
K8OB from W5DMH. You're showing up at 5.9 on my meter, and you sound like your normal 20 to 30 over that you're normally at. It's just odd. I mean, the audio is fine. The signal is fine. I mean, you're trampling anything in your way, but it's showing up on the meter way lower than normal. It's very odd. And the other guys were talking about that earlier as well. So we're at the bottom of the net, and with that, we're going to roll back up to the top. I know there's a couple of guys there that weren't going to be here for round two, so we're going to drop down to Mike out of Mecosta County, KD8YZV. Anything additional for the net tonight, Mike?
Thanks again, Dan, and good evening to everybody that joined us late. Great to hear you guys on here this evening. I do want to address what you were talking about earlier. One of the channels I listened to, a lot of viewers had written into him and made the same remark that you had made, and it was reported by a Walmart employee that was like middle management or something. They're instructing their stores to leave things out, even if it's approaching its best buy or its expiration date. They're still trying to push it. So that corroborates what you were saying earlier, Dan. And I noticed on my phone the KP index did drop a little bit, so the signals do appear a little better, but same thing, Bill and the other guys, same thing this last time at my location. Everybody coming in great. It's just much lower on the signal strength. Back to Net Control, W5DMH from KD8YZV.
KD8YZV from W5DMH. Glad to hear that, and thanks for that additional information. And with that, we're going to drop down to KE8VN. Kevin out of Kent County. Anything additional for the net tonight, Kevin?
KE8VN. No, not really. I was just looking at the KP index, and it's at 3.7, and it looks like there's another big flare coming in the next few hours. So tomorrow doesn't look very good either. I'm looking at my, what is this, hand clock I got on my TV here. So yeah, that's about it. So I'll send it back to that. KE8VN, back to that.
KE8VN from W5DMH. Well, thanks for that, Kevin. And with that, we're going to go ahead and drop down to Bill out of Kent County, NATAU. Anything additional for the net tonight, Bill?
Nope, nothing additional. Just coming in to say hi. It's been a couple, well, maybe been a month since I've been able to join. Just really busy here working on stuff at the house, but just haven't been able to get on the radio. But just wanted to let you know I'm still out here. NATAU back to that.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time out to jump on here, Bill. Every check-in counts. So NATAU, thank you very much for joining tonight. And we're going to drop down to Bill out of Macomb County, K8OB. Anything additional for the net tonight, Bill?
Nope, nothing really much else to add. Just wanted to say thanks again for hosting the net, and you and everybody else have a fantastic week. So K8OB 73.
Well, thank you for that, Bill. 7-3 to you as well. And with that, I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to call out one more time for any straggling check-ins. Any straggling check-ins for the Midwest Prepper Report Net, call now to Whiskey 5, Delta Mike Hotel.
This is Kilo Delta 8, Romeo Hotel Bravo, Brett in Calhoun County.
I got you there, Brett. Go ahead and bring your traffic. What's the status in Calhoun County tonight?
Probably green. No issues at the grocery store today. Didn't have any substitutions had to be done. So, and then I haven't heard of any issues either. Yeah, seems to be steady but creeping up a little bit maybe, but no shortages, I guess. Overall, green. And then, yeah, just comment on band conditions. 2 hours ago, it wasn't, this band was in bad shape. So, nice recovery for right now. So, we'll see what the next 12 to 24 hours brings. So, anyways, thanks for running that. Good to hear you guys. This is KD8 RHB.
KD8 RHB from W5 DMH. I had you at 5.9 on the dial tonight, Brett, but take that with a grain of salt. Everybody has been showing up low on the meter tonight. I don't know why, but that's what's going on with the atmospheric conditions. Might be due to the inbound solar flares. I don't know. But no problem bringing in your audio. Complete copy, no problem. So with that, we're going to throw it out there one more time for any other traffic for the net before we close it out. Bring it. No other traffic heard, so this is W5DMH. I'm going to return the frequency back to its previous use and close the Midwest Prepper Report Net. I will be clear of this frequency upon your finals.
KD8YZV 73 is everybody. I'll be clear.
This is K8OB 73 all.
Yeah, NATAU, oh, good night.